Your dog shoots forward at the start of the track, nose in the air, running on excitement instead of sand. Or he loses the track at the corner and starts guessing, circling, pulling sideways, getting more and more stressed. The harder he tries, the further he gets from the actual trail. At Dog Training Staal, these are the problems we see every week. And almost every time they come back to the same root cause. Staal has been training working dogs for over 45 years. His training system is used by police organizations in the Netherlands, the United States, Canada and Australia, including dogs delivered directly to American and Australian law enforcement and military units. In this video, we break down why most tracking systems produce these problems and what the foundation of reliable tracking actually looks like. There are 3 common approaches to teach tracking. Each one creates a different set of problems. The first is food on the track. The dog follows the trail because there are food rewards placed along it. This works in the beginning, but what the dog is actually learning is to search for food, not to follow human scent. When the food disappears, so does the motivation to stay on the track. And because the dog is focused on finding the next reward, he often walks right past the objects on the trail, without any real interest. The second method is hiding a reward object at the end of the track, a ball or another toy. The dog learns to search because there is something valuable waiting. But the same problem appears. The dog is motivated by the reward, not by the scent. Finding the objects along the way becomes less interesting, because all his focus is on reaching the big prize at the end. The third approach is force. The dog is physically guided along the track using the leash. He learns to move forward because that is what's expected. But he has not learned to follow scent. The moment he reaches a corner, he keeps going straight, because forward is what he was trained to do. If the handler then corrects him, the dog quickly loses all understanding. What you see after that is a dog with his mouth open, walking around stressed, afraid to make another mistake. And there is one more problem. Almost every handler creates it without realizing it. Unconsciously, they influence the dog at critical moments. They lean slightly in the direction they think the track goes, they give tension on the line, they help the dog through a difficult section. The dog learns to rely on the handler instead of the scent. It looks fine in training, it falls all apart the moment the handler does not know where the track is. The system Dick developed works differently from the start. There are 2 principles that make it different from most other approaches. The first, the dog never searches for food or a reward object on the track. From the very first session, the dog is focused on human scent and on the objects that carry that scent. Food is used as a reward, but the dog is never searching for it. That distinction is the foundation of everything. The second, indication behavior comes before tracking. But it's not about teaching the dog to find an object, it's about teaching him to find human scent and to indicate it. We start with a small object that carries human scent. The dog learns that searching for that and indicate it brings a reward. As the object gets smaller, the scent decreases, and the dog has to search more precisely. Once that is solid, we add a short track. The same person who places the object also walks a track toward it. That means the scent on the ground and the scent on the object are identical. One continuous human scent trail from start to finish. A person could also be the end point, but with a person there is far more scent and the dog starts searching visually. That is not what we want. We want the nose on the ground, following scent. Because the dog understands what he is looking for and why, he works independently. The handler does not need to guide him through the track. That independence is what makes the system reliable, in training, in competition and in real operational work. When this foundation is in place, the dog's motivation comes from within. From the very first session, he has learned that finding human scent and indicating it brings the reward. That is the drive he carries into every tracking session. He does not need to be pushed or guided. He knows exactly what the goal is. Follow the scent, find the object, get rewarded. That chain has been built from day one. Both puppies and adult dogs progress quickly with this approach. Within a few weeks, a dog can be working short tracks, taking corners correctly, building towards longer and more complex situations. on grass, on hard surfaces, in urban environments. The system scales because the foundation is correct from day one. There's no point where you have to go back and fix problems that were built in from the start. If you want to see the full system, the exact training steps, from the very first indication to a dog that tracks independently, we have put together a free video. It walks you through every phase in detail. The link is in the description below. This is Dog Training Staal. We will see you in the next one.